everyone, welcome back to Marketing 100. I'm Kayle, your salon and spa business bestie, and I'm joined today, as always, by my good friend and the founder of the Salon Business, John Halberg. We are here to bring you 100 snackable, tactical marketing tips to help you level up your salon business game. Today's a little bit different because we're welcoming a very special guest, our good friend, Marchelle Mooney. Welcome to the show, Marchelle.
Thanks, Kayle. Hey, John. Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you here, Marchelle.
Could you tell our viewers, our listeners, a little more about yourself, your background, and your specialties?
I am a previous salon owner for about 8 years. Prior to that, I did hair, sold hair extensions, taught hair extensions for a large national brand, turned VP of sales at a SaaS company for salons and spas. I've been in the industry for over 15 years, and with that comes a lot of my opinions on it.
Lay it on us. What is your hot tip for the day?
My hot tip is don't use salon language in your marketing to clients. I have been getting this email from a spa that I used to frequent. I was a member there, and I decided to cancel my membership. And ever since then, I have been torturing myself by staying on their email marketing list and not opting out, just because I am perpetually confused by the emails I get. And I'm just hoping that one day they have a breakthrough and realize that I don't know what an add-in is. And every 4 to 6 months, I get an email offering me a free add-in to come back.
Sweet. I love add-ins with my spa treatments. What the is an add-in?
They're using the language that they would use in the spa. So an add-in is what they consider an add-on. Now, I do not know why one is different than another. No idea. Maybe an add-in is something that doesn't take more time, so it's not an add-on.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, an email trying to get me to rebook with 2 specific people. That's the other thing. Oh, and it's on one specific day, this particular one. What you're telling me is that I should fill your empty books with your 2 slowest providers on this day. That's what this email is telling me.
Oof. That is brutal.
Why do you think this happens, Marchelle?
I know that exact moment where you're looking out on your books and you're like, shit, we are so slow on Friday or on Thursday. And for many salon and spa owners, it is a game of balancing cash flow. And like, I need to know this much is coming in, but when it's not there, what are the tricks up your sleeve you have to get them booked? And so I know I can be in this mindset and go, okay, we're slow on Thursday. If we send this email to our entire database, there's this 2 people that are slow on that day, and we give them the opportunity to book with them. And even if we capture 1 or 2, that will be great. And what this tells me is that they weren't thinking about the right thing early enough. And now they have paid to send out an email to their entire database that is not going to land. It's like you're just casting this big wide net. You're just not speaking to anyone when you try to speak to everyone.
Ooh, that's actually a good point. That's something that we've said. I think, John, almost word for word, something that you say quite a bit on this show.
It kind of comes back to some of the marketing 101s, right? Of like knowing who you speak to and like, how do I service that person? And I'm writing to that person.
I happen to live in quite a small town. And the funny thing about this is one of the providers that this email is offering, I have had massages by this provider at the previous spa they worked at. And I can tell you some of the areas where this provider excels. And it's like, I could write a better email to sell this particular provider based on my experience with them. And this email is training your customers to not book with you because you just perpetually pepper them with emails that mean nothing. So now a month later, this one came through on the 11th and it's like special offer just for you. So I'm like, oh, they got me now. And it's 10% off with that particular provider on one particular day. And I have to have proof of the email at checkout. And I'm like, once again, you're telling me that this person is not getting busy. How is that for me? Like has nothing to do with me.
It's like this classic cheesy salesman type communication, right? It's not very creative.
Once you learn how to speak bullshit, you can decipher it when somebody sends it to you. It's a thinly veiled marketing tactic to fill out books that are empty right now. And if you know what you're looking for, that makes it even less desirable, right? Because you're not offering me something of value. You're trying to repackage some trash and tell me that I want it. And that doesn't really work.
When you're the owner and you believe that marketing is an afterthought, that you can just like go in when shit has already hit the fan, when you're already on the downturn and slap Band-Aids on it, it's too far gone. You have to step back and really reality check yourself and think about the excuses that you're giving to the world or otherwise. I bet you this is also the owner who's combative in reviews, like responds to reviews, trying to explain themselves out of the bad reviews.
As a business owner, we need to be proactive in our marketing, in how we lead the business. If we get into that reactive state, trying to fix problems with marketing, that should almost be like an alarm signal that we're doing something wrong. And we need to go into being more proactive, being more in like an energy of creating something versus being in this mindset where we react with marketing to kind of fix what's not working and not fixing the root of it.
And I thought about like, what would I do to fix this? Okay, we have this particular service provider. They are not booked. They're not busy. And we need to find out why. I'm going to reach out to anyone who has had a service with them in the past 2 weeks. And I'm going to offer them something ridiculously juicy, 50% off to come back in the next 2 weeks if they fill out this quick form giving us feedback. So now I can ask, what feedback would you have for this provider that they can make nice in this next service? What feedback would you have for me as the owner about your experience in our facilities? What if they write and they're just like, hey, this service provider smells bad. Like their breath was guffy. Like those are things you can fix, but you have to be ready to expose yourself and your vulnerabilities. This person said that they wanted deep tissue, but they walked out of their massage feeling like it was not deep tissue. You have to be willing to like put the training in, test it. And ultimately, if they cannot fix those things, now you have documentation of like, hey, this just isn't working because there's a misalignment or a gap between what people are asking for and what you're providing them. And then finally, use ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT, put yourself in the shoes of like who the ideal person is that you want to book with you and write that persona out. I am a 35-year-old work from home tech professional looking for a massage. What do those emails look like that actually inspire me to book my next service? Because they're not going to use words that the customer doesn't know. And so you need to stop thinking like a salon owner that knows all of the add-ins, add-ons. It should not require interpretation for a client to book a service with you.
Yeah, like cut the jargon, because there's nothing that turns somebody off faster than reading something like that, because it just doesn't stick. I want to feel like I'm being given something, not like I'm being sold something. And this is just bad salesmanship.
You see it in every vertical. You see it in any like different beauty, wellness business, even other industries, in SaaS, in tech, everywhere, right? That there is a lot of jargon. So I think it's either like you're being lazy or like ignorant, or I think there's many cases where people do it in order to kind of sound smart, you know, because they're using like sophisticated words or something, like they want to sound smart and maybe therefore using it.
I think that ignorance is a piece that I'm very sensitive to, and maybe you just don't know what you don't know. One way to like around and find out is go be the customer somewhere else. So if you are a massage and facial studio spa, go find the closest massage and facial studio, book an appointment, and feel that experience out. How do they consult? What do they say to you? What are the words that they use? Pay attention to all their systems and how the things that they do make you feel. And then what's the email you get 6 months later, a week later, hopefully.
Putting yourself in the client's shoes can be hard to do. And sometimes the only way to do that is to go be a client elsewhere. In a way, it's just research. And it's something that you should do every once in a while and see if you're really living up to that experience of a business you want to be.
Yeah, I love that. I think it's very quick and easy. Whoever is listening to this now, this is something you can do tomorrow is just book an appointment somewhere in a similar place to yours, go there, have the experience, and just like be the customer and just walk the client's journey that they would walk, right, with your business. And like so much insight you just get from that and that you can action on immediately.
Yeah, I dig that.
All right, everybody, that's what we've got for you today. What do you think about Marchelle's advice for today? Are you living up to the customer journey that you want to give to your clients? Or is your messaging maybe getting a little stale and a little generic? If you want more snackable, tactical marketing tips like these, make sure you get subscribed to Marketing 100 here on YouTube. I want to extend a huge thank you to Marchelle Mooney. Thank you so much for joining us, Marchelle. We loved having you on the show.
Thanks again for having me.
And if you want to try the topics that we talked about today, you can check out our link in the description. You can try Mango Mint out for free. That's our salon software of choice and our choice for the best salon software of 2025. You get 30 days plus an extra 30 days on us. Don't tell anybody if you use our link down in the description. Check it out today if you want to learn more about that. Again, thanks for tuning into Marketing 100, and we'll see you in the next episode.